I'm on a porch, get money, you know that we never could get a divorce. Say you the plug when nigga might have been the source. Why me pull up in that brand new Porsche? Come through, I teach you this shit like a chorus. Bitch, I'm like Ghost, I got power, of course. Invested my money and ran up a check. Now man, I hot like a motherfucking torch. I got a habit, gotta keep going, cause I cannot get stagnant when you get it money. Hey, welcome back. We back on the porch again, man. Thank y'all for coming back to watch another episode, man. This is episode, I don't even know, probably gonna be episode 17.
It's gonna be like 16.
They're gonna be like 17, man. Look, as y'all see, we got a special guest, man. We got a special guest. He gonna give y'all some good game. We gonna have some good conversation to give y'all some insights about other ways to get into business and how other people are living their lives as they're running their business, right? So, but please make sure y'all keep liking, subscribing, right? If y'all on YouTube, please keep liking and subscribing and commenting, right? And if you're on YouTube, please go over to our other platforms and go ahead and leave us 5 stars so we continue climbing up those charts and making sure that we are getting this message out to other people, because we want to make sure this is getting out to everybody. We get this for free. So y'all help us out. We all trying to get some money together, right? So let's do that. But BJ, how was your week today? This week? Tripping.
Shoot, it was a good week. Still getting back in the swing of things. You know, I'm fresh off a cruise, so I'm still getting out of vacation mode, back into work mode. It's been feeling real good. But, you know, we in December, so we just strategizing, planning, just see how we about to go into 2023 and just kick it up a notch, because nobody trying to stay where they at. So just getting back in the swing of things, strategizing, just planning, mapping out things, making sure when I do map out things and set goals, like I actually visualize it and believe in it. So that's basically how the week been going. How about you? Man,
my week been great, man. You know, like you said, bro, really it's the last week of the year. So it's been a lot of strategizing and being able to get a lot more stuff together. Been getting our systems together. Definitely been working on the back end a lot. Got a lot of new stuff coming for a lot of y'all, but we not gonna talk about that yet. It's coming and y'all gonna see it. And I want y'all to know I'm going up this year. Well, it's next year. But man, we gotta introduce the superstar. The star of the show, man. We gotta introduce the star. What we got going on? BJ, let us.
Man, we got a big guest on here. He out here really doing his thing. He out here grinding.
Emergency transportation, huh? Yep.
So just tell him who you are, where you from. You can tell them how old you are. Just tell them like a little bit about like where you from, who you are, what's your name, what you do.
First of all, I appreciate y'all for having me. My name is Courtland.
Appreciate you for coming out.
Yeah, I'm 22 years old. I'm a business owner, investor, entrepreneur. From Columbus, Georgia, and I'm ready to get into it.
Yeah, for sure. He drove all the way down here from Columbus, like hit the road. Like a lot of people, y'all just know about like Atlanta, Columbus. What's that? That's like
Atlanta, Columbus.
Columbus like an hour and a half.
Columbus like an hour.
Yeah.
So he drove all the way down here. So we really appreciate you for doing that. But like something that I want to know is like, were you just always like a born entrepreneur, or like where did that like just come from? Because I know a lot of times like people are just scared to go out there. Like, did you have any like dreams of going to college? Did you go to college?
Yeah, I actually went to college out of high school.
See that man phone blowing up right now.
I went to college out of high school, played football for that first year. Then I transferred to a smaller college, stopped playing football because I just realized, you know, where I wanted to be, it was going to be hard to do, you know, with football tying up my time. So I came to a realization, got out of that, came home, went to school for a little bit, and then I had ended up dropping out. But during that time, I had already started a car audio business. And once that started picking up, the pandemic had actually started.
Yeah.
So when the pandemic started and we had started to switch to online, like doing classes online, I was like, well, let me try this car audio and just see where it takes, because I can always go back to school.
For sure. Man, yeah. That's crazy, because the same thing happened pretty much for us too.
Man, when they put them classes online,
for sure,
man, that was not for me.
Yeah,
honestly.
Like, where you play? I didn't even know you played football, because obviously we both played football too. Yeah. We both went to college. Shit, dropped off after 2 years. Where you went to school at?
I went to Reinhardt. It was an NAIA.
I know exactly.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They wanted me so bad.
They was in the championship.
They a good school though. They always winning. Yeah.
Yeah, but that just wasn't for me. You know, like football was never my passion. I really just liked competing. So
Yeah.
What position were you?
cornerback.
Corner.
And then when I went to college, they moved me to nickel.
Nickel.
Yeah.
Oh, they had you in that look. Well, they were in the triple option too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the only thing I couldn't do at Jacksonville. They had us in the triple option. I wanted to be in a spread open offense, but they got me from Stockbridge. So at Stockbridge we were in triple option. They just stuck with me.
Bro, my question, but this is crazy though, cause sometimes you just feel like you're fluke, cause you say you started your business in the pandemic, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Well, you already started before.
Yeah, I was always doing it on the side throughout high school.
Yeah.
It was more passion based, more doing it for myself, and other people just seeing my work and wanted me to install on their thing. So I guess it wasn't really money driven initially.
Yeah, right. Cause really, like I started doing wholesale in 2019.
Yeah.
I started doing it. Was in school. It was right before the pandemic started.
Yeah.
Had got back to school. Was in school for like 3 months. I was like doing everything at school, like cold calling and everything. Still going to football practice and everything, but they end up canceling our football team pretty much though.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
So yeah, they end up canceling our football team. So I was all in on real estate. Once you start getting that first taste of money, you get that first check. You like, oh hell no, right?
Nah, most definitely.
So pretty much we came back and I said, bro, I finished that semester out, and I said, bro, I ain't going back. Like I finished that semester out, 'cause I was closing deals like every month.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, I am not going back to school because I already know where I want to go. And I was starting business while in school. I always had been doing some type of entrepreneurial journey. So I had been doing that. But how you feel about everybody that started businesses in the pandemic? But you see, obviously, but sometimes they really got lucky.
Yeah.
Like, how you feel about that? Do you feel like you got lucky sometimes, or like how you feel?
I mean, I feel like honestly everything happened for a reason.
Yeah.
Like the sooner you take action, the sooner things start to change for you, whether it's for better or for worse. So that's pretty much my philosophy about it, man.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people did come out during the pandemic and start businesses because nobody wanted to really work.
Right.
But a lot of people didn't realize that when you own a business, you working 3, 4, 5, 6 times as hard, and you have to learn every position in your company to be successful. So it's a lot more work. So now that the pandemic is settling down, you see a lot of more people ending their businesses and going back to work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we be telling people that all the time. We like, just because we work for ourselves don't mean that we're not like, people they be like, I just work 9 to 5. We be like, well, when you work for yourself, you really work out through the whole day. So sometimes that could be 15 hours, that could be 16 hours, that could be 17 hours. You working out through the day. But like just with your startup and stuff, like did you really have like because I know you do emergency transportation, like did you have like a mentor to look to, or were you like a YouTube warrior?
honestly, neither. Like I did my research. Actually, this was my 5th company.
Wow.
So
what you did? So let me hear all the companies.
Hold on, name. You said
5.
I just know about the
I did like 2.
the vehicle. What is it? The vehicle audio company.
Yeah. So I did car audio.
Yeah, car audio.
I had a dumpster rental business. I had a freight brokerage. I did courier for a little bit, and this is 5. Right?
Okay.
So 4 before that.
So you just have you ever like worked a job?
No, I actually wholesale too. I wholesaled a house before. Yeah,
you did too.
Yeah.
Did you say that's
I
how
made
you
7 bands on that.
Did you say you had closed the deal, and then that's when you started doing the emergency transportation?
No.
When I had met you, you said something like that.
No, man. I actually the last 6 months of 2021, that was my freight brokerage. I was you know what the freight brokerage is. We were basically trying to move freight, general freight, flatbed freight, shipping containers.
Yeah. Did you have your own vehicles?
Nah. So this is just with a laptop and a cell phone. That's cold calling shippers all day, warehouses, basically promising them that we can get a truck to cover their loads. So I heard about this during the pandemic, and I was like, man, cold calling, making sales, I'm not that good at it, but with consistency, I get better at it, and that actually what helped me with this company, because that's all I do, sales. Well, not no more. I got, when you grow, you put people in place, but it definitely was an essential piece to get to where I was at, to where I'm at now.
For sure.
Yeah, so like it looked like you always had the mindset like I'm just gonna work for myself. Like, was it ever a moment like you were at a job or something? It was like, yeah, I can't see myself working for somebody for too long.
I mean, I had 3 jobs, right? My highest paying job was like $13 an hour. But it's people that was in there, co-workers that were there for like 15 years, 20 years. And I never saw myself doing that.
Right.
You know, I pretty much was just waiting on the lane. Not waiting, but, you know, going through life and getting exposed to different things. And, you know, when you get exposed to different things, you get options. And you kind of see where lanes open up for you. And, you know, then you have the option whether you're going to take action and pursue it or just let those opportunities and chances that you can take pass by. So I just was looking and always looking to take action and create something for myself and,
For sure.
you know, the ones around me.
Yeah, because it seemed like you don't take too much time to just like hop into something. Because like I know, like I'm more of like an analysis guy. Like I got to know the ins and outs, the good and bad. Like I might not even like I want to do something, but I might just stop myself from doing it just because like I'm overthinking it. But you said you have like 5 businesses before this. Like, what do you say to people out there that's just on the fence, on the corner, that's just like waiting to do something? Because it seems like when you just put your mind to it or want to do something, you just hop into it. So like, where did you just get that courage from, just to like, oh, I want to do this, I'm gonna hop into it?
I mean, honestly, when you want more for yourself, you look at the risk and you look at the reward and you just go for it. You know, I mean, it's just not much to it, man. Like once you decide that, all right, this is what I'm going to do and this is what the outcome can be, why not?
Right.
Why not do it, you know? So I guess what really comes down to is having that mindset of no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people, and even speaking for myself, like it's been times where I've been very leveraged, and it comes down to either we can stay here or we can keep growing bigger than the obstacles.
Yeah.
So that's just always what I'm on, continuing to grow, continue to be bigger than any obstacles that come my way. So.
Yeah, for sure. And that's good that you got that mindset, because a lot of people just can't take them obstacles. Like you said, sometimes you be very leveraged, or you in a situation where you know you may had got in a bad deal or something.
Man. So I forgot to tell you, last 6 months I had I was in Airbnb in Turo too. I had 3 cars on Turo.
Right.
I started in Georgia. And I had shipped all the cars down to Florida, Orlando, Florida, and I had those for the last 6 months, 21 too. And then while I was in Florida, I got into the Airbnbs, you know, but the first one, I didn't do it how I was supposed to do it. We ended up getting caught in the unit downtown and, you know, took a big loss on it.
I know
and
how that goes.
Me and him got the same thing.
They caught the mess out of it. They sent the email, everything.
Yeah,
They sent the screenshot of our list and said, y'all got to take this down or leave.
Exactly.
I said, Mike, why would you put your face on there?
Exactly. And y'all had either an option of just shut it down and take a loss, or just pivot into another one. You know, and when that came for me, I just pivoted into another one. I doubled down, and you know, I broke even on that thing. But the risk, took the risk. You know, I mean, you gotta keep getting into it.
Don't be scared to break even, man. Like just because you broke even in the business, I promise. Like just because you like didn't profit or did anything, I promise you got that knowledge and experience off that one thing to push forward. And I'm pretty sure like if you were to do Airbnb or Turo again, you'll be able to take that thing to the moon for sure.
And you know what's crazy? Like when you start taking action and you start getting into these different businesses, you start seeing the areas that you're good at, the areas that you can improve, the areas necessary for the business to be successful, and you naturally become good at those things like customer service, communication, scheduling, structure. You know, without Turo and Airbnb, talking back and forth with the guests, just that hospitality.
Trying to keep that 5-star.
Want to get that 5-star experience, and that just transition into, you know, the company I have now.
For sure. And that's crazy because me personally, I had 6 cars on Turo and hired car. I had 2 I had 2 Airbnbs.
Yeah.
One of them got shut down. The other one, I just, after the lease ended, I ended it because I just wanted to get focused.
Yeah.
So I literally sold. I could have kept doing the cars too. I sold all the cars, traded in, got my car, my one car that I want, and I said, you know what, bro? I'm trying to do way too much, right? And it's not the fact that I can't do it. It's just I'm not going to be able to maximize on one thing if I'm always here, here, and here. Even if you think you can and you like, I can automate, I can do all that stuff. You still gonna have to be in your business in some way.
Man, that's so crazy because I heard whatever you don't pay attention to, whatever you don't water, is gonna die.
Yep.
And that's how it is with business. If you don't pay attention to your business, you got 3 babies, man, somebody got to get the most attention and somebody not gonna get as much attention. And the one that don't get as much attention, you know what's gonna happen to them.
For sure.
Or could happen to them.
For sure. And then like BJ was saying, breaking the even and stuff, man. We got a story, right? We definitely got a story. You know, like forget breaking even. I ain't even make no money. I lost money actually. You know what I mean? Lost a couple of bands, but at the end of the day, you realize that the risk that you take, the risks are really not the end of the world for real. Like even if the worst case scenario happened, it's still like I could pivot off of this. Right? As long as you don't stop your feet. You can't stop your feet. If anybody play football, what they tell you? They say, don't stop your feet. No matter what happens, just don't stop your feet. Keep driving. So therefore, it's just the same. It's like the same thing in business. If something comes up and something happens, instead of worried about, oh man, how is this gonna kill me or may put me in a bad position? You just got to say, look, I'm gonna keep going and keep my head down, just keep pushing. And at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, everything gonna happen exactly how it's supposed to happen, and you're not gonna be like you're not gonna be dead or nothing, man. You're gonna be straight.
Yeah, and like you were saying, like don't be scared to go out there and try new things and stuff, because like when a lot of time when you just put yourself out there and go out and do a Airbnb, do Toro, you learn and see what you're good at. So like something I'm good with like customer service, communication, responding on time. And everybody's not good at like Mike. Like we had one person at an Airbnb, so you know in the shower how like the shower, like if you don't rub the shower down like every time after you shower, like it may look like it's some mold or like it's just something growing on like the tub. This man Mike was like on the phone with somebody at the Airbnb, almost about to fight this man, cause he kept arguing and stuff. Like, nah, y'all gonna come here and do this. Mike, like, where you at, bro? I'm about to come there and fix it, bro. And like, bro was like, no, bro, I don't want no confrontation. Like, I just want somebody to come here and like just wipe the shower. This man was about to like dead ass like just fight.
I'm a good people's person. That's why I know how to do sales.
Yeah, no people person. This man was about to fight the man at the Airbnb.
I ain't gonna lie though. I think I'm a people person because I'm good at sales when I need to be. But at the same time though, I understand that that's not
patience.
Yeah, that's a lot with patience. And since that's not what I love doing, bro, I was like, I don't give a fuck about none of this. I promise you, I don't care about this. But I wasn't about to go try to fight him or nothing. I was just like, bro,
he was scared though.
The story is ridiculous. If you heard the whole story, you'd be like, bro.
Yeah, bro, scared. Bro,
but my whole
like they wasn't there when we went there just because Mike.
Yeah,
like, he did not want to see him.
And that is, bro, that's cool, whatever, bro. But the thing is though, bro,
y'all got a 1-star review on that one.
It
was smooth because he straight up.
I fixed it.
You knew he would have had to hit about it if he put a 1-star.
For sure, I definitely went in. I fixed it. I fixed the situation, but it's all like you said, knowing what you're good at and what you're not. Sometimes, bro, you just be like, bro, you know what? This ain't my strong point, right? I'm more of a like I like business, period, right? So that's why I think I like really to say this stuff like that, because when you negotiate, it's like a competition, right? So it's okay for me to get a little confrontational with you, but of course not with everybody. But I learned that from doing stuff such as Airbnb and Toro and stuff. Because at the end of the day, bro, when you doing Airbnb and Toro, bro, them folks gonna look for everything wrong, bro.
They just want their money back.
They gonna find anything anything they can find wrong. They're going to find it, and they will tell you. So you got to learn how to have patience. And I know I was dealing with a lot of things with patience. I got better now though, because I got no choice but to.
Exactly.
So
yeah, but let's get back on topic, guys. Emergency transportation, because I know, like in wholesaling, like we talk about it all the time. Like, of course, we want to build the real estate acquisition company they have that moving like while we just on vacation somewhere in like the hills or something.
Right.
So like, is emergency transportation like? Do you see yourself like? Is it something that you see yourself doing like 10 years from now?
Hold
Like,
on.
do you think it's something that you could just be doing for a long time?
I want to ask what is it? Because we ain't even explained like
Oh, we ain't
what
explained what it is.
what is emergency transportation? Like what is that?
Well, it's actually non-emergency.
Non-emergency. Yeah.
So it's non-emergency transportation. We basically take people back and forth to their doctor's appointments, wheelchair and stretcher.
Okay.
In a simple sense, that's what it is.
Is it like in an ambulance or like?
Our vans are outfitted similar to ambulances, but they're not exactly ambulances. They don't have sirens. They're not emergency vehicles.
So
Okay.
would you like need like a nurse like on scene like in the vehicle and a driver?
We strictly transportation is some certifications that we have to have. But of course we make sure all our staff have them. But it's not like an ambulance.
So like, what's some of the like certifications like CPR stuff like that?
Yeah. So you need CPR, first aid certifications, driving defense, securement certifications, and physical exams. Got to make sure your employees are able and capable.
Okay, I got you.
So like in one car, it'll just be like one driver. Like,
It just depends on what type of transport it is. If it's a wheelchair transport, obviously it'll be one driver. But if it's a stretcher transport, you have to bring two to do the transfer and just move around with the stretcher. So that's pretty much how it is.
Okay, so how long did it take you to get started and like get your business up and running? Like, cause it seemed like that's something that you gotta. It may take a minute, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it didn't take a minute.
It took like 5 months.
Okay.
5 months, a lot of deep research, a lot of action, a lot of trial and error. That's pretty much what it was.
What's the hardest part about getting started?
Just acquiring all the information you need, being there mentally where you need to be to, do some of the things that needed to get done.
Okay.
but like, what talked to you and was like, okay, this is it. This I can see myself doing this, and like it's a good like amount of like profit and purpose in this.
I mean, the main thing was it's a necessity business, and I just really just out of curiosity wanted to see. I seen there was a need, and I just wanted to see if I can grow it. And I'm very good with my customer service. I'm very good at building systems. I'm very good at managing people, and I'm constantly getting better in that, constantly improving. But the main thing is I had the skill set needed pretty much to make a company like this grow.
Okay.
Is it like a recession-proof business? Like during COVID and stuff, is this business still running? If it was like a storm or something, like is this like a business that could like just make it through like any downturn?
I mean, yeah, it's recession-proof. You don't ever see any ambulances not on the streets. You don't ever see no police, no firefighters on the streets. If you don't see them, then you won't see us. But if you do see them, you'll see us. If you pay attention, you'll see us. It's around. Like if you look at our vans, they look very similar to ambulances, but it's the slight differences that you won't notice unless you know what you're looking for.
Okay. Like, have you ever been like in a van? Like, I know you said you like you like to know like the ins and outs of the business. So like, have you ever like worked it? Have you ever like got your certifications? Have you ever like picked somebody up and like just did the whole?
Absolutely.
For real?
I mean, in order to write out the system processes needed to, or the expectations you want of your employees, you got to go through it yourself. You got to go through it yourself, and you got to see what works. What's most efficient, what don't work, and how you want your drivers to or your employees to be in the field.
Okay.
So yeah, I've did it for the first 4 months.
First 4 months.
I was grinding 18-hour days.
Dang. Yeah.
18-hour days. Yeah.
That take a lot, man. That take a lot to do that. I mean,
18 hour days.
so now I know it was 16 to 18 hour days then. So what is it? What's your day-to-day look like now? Like, to where you at now, what's your day-to-day like?
Yeah, like what's your role in the business now?
I mean, really, I'm on the management side, operations. I'm looking for ways for us to improve, continue to add value to our market. So I'm basically the operations oversight, and I manage our drivers and dispatchers, make sure they doing what they need to do. I manage our sales and marketing, make sure we on target and on track to meet our objectives.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, what is the scope of the business look like? Like, how many vans or trucks do you have? How many employees do you have? Like, what does that look like on a day to day or like week to week?
I mean, I have 6 full-time employees.
6?
6 full-time employees.
Like that work with you like on a yearly basis?
No, yeah, that work for me full-time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's crazy.
I got one driver. I mean, I got one dispatch, and then I have 4 drivers, 4 trucks, and 2 sales guys. So I got 7.
Okay. Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah. So you got 7. So do you see room for growth in this? Like, how much growth do you see in this?
I mean, absolutely, and that's just not because of the industry that I'm in. It's just because of who I am.
I feel
You know, like some people can be comfortable where I'm at now, but you know, I'm always pushing the limits, and we want to, you know, see how big the need is and how we can provide that solution to the need.
That's big, because what you just said was, this is something I always beat on. Like, I beat the drum all the time, just providing value, right?
Yeah.
Just providing value. That's the biggest thing that you can do for anybody, right? As long as you providing value, you always gonna have some work to do. You always gonna have some clients. You always gonna have some money coming in. But it's not always about the money. The first thing that you said was, what can I provide to the industry? What value can I provide? That's huge. A lot of people don't take that. A lot of people just think when they get in business, money, how much money can I make? It's just like wholesaling. We're going to solve people issues because we're looking for people that are in distress situations.
You got to give to receive, for sure.
For sure. So you got to have an open hand either way, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be able to, like you said, give and receive. You got to be able to give and receive. But how long, like, so do you see yourself doing this in something like, I want to grow and always be over, or are you just like, I'm going to fizzle my way out of it? And like, how long you see yourself in the business?
I mean, 5 companies. I've been through 5 companies, and that's in like 2 years. So you can see I get bored fast.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So
Jumping on stuff.
yeah. So I mean, right now the company is basically running on its own. It's still things that we have to pan out and straighten out for it to be 100% efficient by itself. But you know, I got a 5-year game plan. As far as expansion goes, and once we get to the top, we'll look around and see, you know, what the next move is for it.
Right, for sure. You see, you got any you got some big changes coming in 2023 or what? Or because a lot of people always think that you got to change what you're doing every year. Sometimes you ain't got to change what you're doing. You just got to be able to expand on what you're already doing.
Yeah, because if you make too many changes, like you could be looking at like a whole different business, whole different model. So like you're not gonna hit the margins that you were doing the year before.
Yeah.
Just because you made so many changes.
For
like,
sure.
Yeah.
What's your outlook on like the next year and stuff?
I mean, next year for me, my main goal is retaining our clients that we have, adding value to them, and then secondly is growth. You know, and that's after we finish the structuring part and making sure that all of our onboard is in place, and you know, we are in the most efficient place we can be for the time needed.
Right.
So what does growth look like in non-emergency transportation? Like, what does growth look like? Like, what's some things you gotta like hone into and like key?
I mean, your staff. You know, because those are the people that are talking to your clients, and those are the people that are communicating with your clients. You know, your dispatch is the voice, your drivers is the physical. So you know, we're gonna figure out how to not figure out how to, but continue to hone in on our staff, get them groomed, you know, to continue to represent our company well. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, yeah, and then so I mean, obviously, we talking about somebody about a business, so we need to make sure that we giving it all to them, right?
Yeah.
So we like to just be honest, right? Everything got a pro and a con. What's the biggest pro and the biggest con you got in the business that you're in?
I mean, it's one of the highest high risk industries out here. You know, one simple mistake and you know, people are liable to sue you.
Right.
You know, and some things are just completely out of your control, and they can still fall on the wrong side of the court.
Right.
You know, so back to what I said initially, I know I'm gonna be okay with whatever happens. You know, as long as we operate right and by the code and by our principles, you know, bad things can still happen, and I understand that, and I'm in a position where we're gonna take everything, every swing that get through it, as we're gonna take it and we're gonna overcome it. So it's a high risk industry.
Have you ever had like a big trial like while dealing with business? Like, was there ever like a hiccup and it was just like a
What, with this company?
Yeah,
with,
for sure.
with this company?
Yeah, plenty of times. Like the
somebody
first,
do they
our
job.
first 3 months, we didn't get no business. I didn't get no business. And like I told y'all earlier, I came into this company with my last dollars, my last thousands.
Yeah, you was telling us that.
Yeah, and that's on top of being leveraged. So when you're back against the wall, you gonna make it happen. So I just came to the realization. I was like you asked me why I didn't use all cash or why I didn't use all credit, because you got to have a perfect balance, just in case. You got to have like a parachute, just in case things go really, really left. And after those first 3 months, I knew I had another 3 months to get something rolling, or things will go from bad to worse. But it wasn't like no stress or anything, because I knew, I had confidence in my abilities.
Yeah, for sure. Stop giving up so motherfucking easy.
Yeah,
That's what I like to say, because really it's kind of like people get started in the business, they don't see no money that first week, that first 2 weeks, oh, they done.
Man.
Right? I know people that don't get no, people are still in right now. There's the biggest businesses not seeing no profit right now. The biggest business right now, they do not have profit.
But what do they got though?
Carvana, they said
But
Carvana.
they got credit, leverage.
They got cash.
Oh, dang.
The ones with the cash last.
That's true.
If you leverage and you ain't got nothing reserved and your monthly cash flow ain't meeting where it need to meet, you need to have cash to fall back on.
Yeah, because when we be studying stocks, like you see a lot of stocks, you go look at you could look all this stuff
Apple.
up online.
Apple got that bag.
Yeah, for sure. They got that bag for sure.
And they good for centuries.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They got that.
but a lot of people just don't. A lot of these companies, y'all, they have not seen any profit yet.
Yeah.
They
But
have
like Carvana.
That's
Carvana
why they
just filed for bankruptcy. I heard they said, if you in the sports, you know who East Bay is. They say East Bay going out of business.
Yeah.
I believe it.
So these
Man, Carvana, man, they had their run.
Yeah, for sure. So Carvana did have a good run. I mean, I know people that got their first car from there. BJ got his first car from there. So it's I thought it was a good business overall. So now it's kind of just like, dang, like this is crazy. The fact that they're going out of business. So
Man, them folks was buying cars for a retail price and trying to sell them over retail.
Yeah,
it lasted for a minute.
But one thing I did hear about that is what BJ was talking to somebody. I think his cousin the other day. They was talking about like, man, car prices about to go down probably because they got
repossessions and defaults.
Yeah, for sure. And then they finna have a lot of used cars finna flood the market.
Yeah.
So now, man, I bought my car at probably the worst time you could buy a car. I paid $4,000 over what the price was. They literally said, yeah, you gotta pay over to get it.
With what me and Mike driving, like you would think we in a Corvette. Like,
The way we pay for that. But it's all right though,
we
man.
supposed to be in that big boy right now. Like we supposed to be in that Maybach motherfucker right now. Like what we doing right now. But hey, I don't want y'all to miss what he said.
Yeah.
Like he said it's just like a couple more things before like he's just like fully hands off with the business. He said like, because I know you said the business it almost runs itself.
Yeah.
So like how long, how far, and like what changes I gotta make to where like you just think it's just like completely by itself and you could just tune in like 2-3 times a week to the business, make sure everything's going accord.
Whatever you don't pay attention to gonna die.
Simple. Right. So
I mean, my business is able to run on its own, man. But if you don't pay attention and
That's
you
big. I ain't
you
hear
don't
that before. I ain't
have
hear that
checks
before.
and balances, it's gonna die. So when checks and balances get in place, then we can talk about backing off. But that's just not something I want to do. I know a lot of people, they come into business like, I want to get passive income, but I don't. That's not what I want.
yeah, I ain't gonna work. Like I like working.
Yeah.
Like BJ tell you, like I felt like we could be doing good and they get some good leads. And I'd be like, dang, bro, like we ain't got that much to do. I need to find something else to do.
Yeah.
That's what that means. Because
Yeah.
I don't like just feeling like I'm stagnant and it's not moving. You feel
That's the operations.
Yeah.
That's the operations. Like
Yeah.
once you get to a certain point in your business, you move to the management side and the growth side of the company. So if you're not making, like, your calls is the operation side, right?
Right.
Once you get caller, like, you know, you gotta somebody do your cold calls.
Yeah.
So once you get those people in place, now you managing their performance.
Yep.
You know, now you doubling up on them. Now you seeing how they can be better. You know, and how you can duplicate them, because the more people you got calling, the more deals you gonna make.
Right.
So that's basically my same concept. Like the more value I add, the more I addition to this company, the more we add value, the naturally the more revenue we make. You know, and that's with anything. That's what you can be in construction, you can be in remodeling, you can be in washing cars, just adding value to your clients. That's what's gonna drive you. Like, don't think about how can I make money, because if you just focus on money, you're gonna miss everything else.
Yeah, for sure. And you can't. I'm reading right now. I'm reading a book right now. I really can't even think about what the fuck the book. I was just reading this morning. I literally just read this morning, and they were literally saying you can't be transactional. You got to be willing to be transformational, right?
Yeah.
You can't be a transactional person, because once you become a transactional person, I realized that you're not in it for the right things.
Yeah.
You got to be able to go in there. Like, when you build in relationships, when I come to you and I'm just like, hey, bro, let's get straight to business. How much money you gonna pay me and stuff like that? You gonna be like, bro, I don't even want to work with you.
Exactly.
Right? You got to be able to. You got to be, exactly. You gonna say, you know what, bro? I need you to be in here for the long run.
Yeah.
The long run. Like, I'm not worried about if we make money right now, right? Yeah. Our relationship gonna eventually get to the point of making money, but how about we just talk about how your family doing and everything like that first, building a strong relationship, building a strong bond, and then the money will come.
Yeah.
So you got to be not transactional. You got to be transformational with your relationships, with the things you're building.
Yeah, and something I want to say too, like, we both in like high performance businesses. Like, me and Mike, we in real estate.
Yeah.
You're in the medical field. So we're getting this money that's coming in and out on a monthly basis, because of course you got like expenses and stuff to pay like that.
Yeah.
But you ultimately got to find a way to keep that money and stuff. So like, where's your head at, like, as far as like investments outside the business? Like, do you have like any aspirations like in real estate? Like, are you like locking in anywhere there, or like how do you see yourself keeping your money that you're bringing in?
Wait, can we, before we get that, remember that question though?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That is a great question, but man, we already know, we want to know, man, what's the money looking like? What the money looking like? We not finna sit here and be like, yeah, we know money's now. How the money looking?
What car you pulled up in?
That's ultimately what people want to know.
If it's the day car or the weekend.
And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing for people to want to know, because at the end of the day, we want to know, before I put my time in and put my effort in, I want to know, like, shit.
And I can't forget this. The first check I got out of real estate, my family, they was all in the living room. When I tell you everybody wanted to see that check, I was so scared to show them. I was like, I do not want y'all looking at this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because after that, from that day, no one asked me for no money. No one asked me for shit.
Yeah.
After that day, they saw that check. Hey, Bryce, you know, shit, rent, you know, I get you back. You got me. I be like, bro, come on, bro. Before you saw that check, bro, I was nobody. Like,
yeah.
So
you know what I mean?
I guess just run out. Well, you ain't got to give us all your insights, all your business.
Yeah.
But just give us a little rundown of what the money could look like then, if you're not comfortable with doing that.
I mean, the sky's the limit.
Good answer. Great answer.
I mean, that's what everything, man. The sky's the limit, man. Like what we made this year, man. Like, I'm not even worried about seeing that next year. Like, I want double, triple, quadruple, and that's always what I'm shooting for. You know, so just know I'm spending out about $15,000 a week.
Oh, so we know
in expenses, you know,
in
what I'm saying?
expenses alone.
So if he's spending out $15,000 a week,
and still,
can I get somebody on the calculator? 15 times 4, what's that? 30. That's 60.
So yeah, shit, you got to be making more than that, right?
Yeah,
you got to be making more than that a month, right? So at the end of the day, even if he just, bro, he's even though he paying a lot of people and he got a lot, it's not cost, guys. Stop looking at stuff as a cost, because a lot of people gonna be like, bro, $15,000, bro, that's not a cost, it's an investment.
Yeah. And you got to be ready to, man, the thing is, we got to get back to the basics, man. If you can't manage your own money, you can't manage no company.
No, for sure.
You can't manage no company, because a lot of my clients, they on 30-day invoices and 30 days unpassed.
Right.
So you can't be counting on a check to fund your company. My employees still got to get paid.
But who you telling?
Notes still got to get paid. Rent still got to get paid. Expenses still got to get paid for. So if you don't understand back, we said, as far as cash reserves and If you don't understand, you can't grab. If you don't got money in your savings or money you can fall back on, you're not gonna make it far.
Man,
so without that, you don't even know. Without that, you don't even know about nothing else.
Man, I experienced it this year. You feel me? Like this, bro, I ain't gonna cap. Like this year, I experienced, bro. I've had a time where I was like, cause once I put a lot of money into the house, right? Boom, shit. I start putting money into it. Then shit gotta still keep going.
Yeah.
Then you might have a month where you ain't close a wholesale deal.
Yeah.
But now you still put money into the house. You still gotta pay your people. They still gotta eat.
Yeah.
Right. So I've definitely experienced that. I definitely seen where shit be like, damn, bro, this shit getting low as hell now. But boom.
And off that, I ain't mean to cut you off.
You good? This shit.
But off that, that go back to the same. What you say? What you doing with the money?
Yeah.
Like.
Girlfriend gotta go on a date. Mom need this.
Oh yeah, most definitely. My people taking care of.
Hey, but
they taking care of.
But I had cash reserve though, so guys don't worry about me. I was alright. I was still alright. It was just like, hey, nigga,
hey, you here?
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean,
yeah,
you here to tell the story, man. So you made it out good to me.
Yeah, for sure. So like you were saying though, you were just finna say like investments and everything like that. That's why I said that. Let me ask that question first.
Oh yeah.
So we can see how much money you getting.
Yeah.
Now we can see how you investing and stuff like that. So what you got?
So this year I'm not gonna buy anything just because I purchased four vehicles this year.
Right.
So if you know anything about taxes, I can depreciate 100% all those vehicles because they were all in the company name, right?
Yep.
So I don't gotta worry about buying an asset to offset the taxes this year because I already did it.
Right.
And
okay.
outside of the vehicles, the equipment in this medical industry is very expensive. We talking 10, 15,000 per piece of equipment. So a lot of money has been spent.
For sure. So
what you pulled up in?
Jeep Gladiator.
Oh,
okay.
We saw that last time. I just want to make sure. I didn't know if he switched it up.
Yeah. Nah, I only got one car now. I had like 3-4 of them at one point, but
yeah, for sure. So now, I mean, you're not gonna invest right now this year, but what you see yourself doing in the long term, like because obviously you got to have something.
I mean, I'm looking to get into real estate on the commercial side. Mm-hmm. Actually looking at a couple properties myself. As far as shopping centers go and retail, I'm looking to get into something like that. I just want a piece of the pie, and I don't want to operate it. Somewhere to park my cash and get the tax benefits from. And I just want to do what everybody doing, what the rich people doing. That's what they doing. They parking their cash in investments, getting a return, and also getting tax benefits.
And it makes
sense. Because like what it look like to me is like when I get older and I know I could just sit down, like I got some grandkids and stuff, and I'm just sitting down, just throwing them money and stuff. Like I got like a couple properties bringing me like thousands in monthly cash flow. I got some commercial properties bringing me in that weekly cash flow. So like now I can just sit down and chill because like I already parked my money in all this like real estate. Yeah. So I can just chill. So that's what it look like for you. Like what does it look like for you where it's just like, okay, I done invested all my money. I'm sitting down, I'm chilling.
Well,
what does that look like?
Y'all, well, the way that I am, bro, you already know my thoughts, bro. I ain't gonna cap. I fuck with y'all credit folks, bro. I fuck with y'all heavy. But the thing is, though, I ain't using no credit for buying my houses. This is why, though. Because I know how to do creative financing too much. Yeah. And I'm calling deals all the time where I can create a finance where, shit, they own their house outright. Shit, all right, bro, let's just I'm still leveraging credit technically.
You doing owner finance?
I do owner finance.
I'm trying to get one right now.
Or I do something subject to, right? Where I just take over their mortgage. The mortgage never goes in my name, but the house goes in my name. Yeah. And therefore, nobody ever rented my credit, nothing like that. I literally just got a house for free and I only got to put nothing down. I just have to go ahead and continue making the payments that they were already making. Yeah. And now I'm making returns off of that. So what that look like to me, that look like I'm probably not going to be that leveraged because this is how I think, this is the way that I think we should be buying houses a lot of the time because they kept this away from us for so long, bro. They've been doing this forever, bro. Yeah. They've been doing this forever. So why not? And then a lot of these banks, of course, people be scared of banks. They be like, banks be playing us. Nah, you just got to know how to play that game that they playing.
You gotta be informed.
You gotta be.
You can't go to your opponent because if you're doing business with somebody, they basically your opponent.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they trying to get some people play fair, but you can't expect people to play fair. So you got to come prepared. You got to do your due diligence, do your research, know your numbers.
Yeah, everybody trying to make some money.
Man, I hate it for y'all folks that got these cars through the pandemic with these high interest rates
Yeah, that's crazy. Cause
and overpaid.
tell me, you hate it for me.
Man,
You hate it.
hey, it's something serious.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what? I just accepted it because really I had got multiple cars in the pandemic. That's why I just went on ahead and got one. You feel me? 'Cause I was just like, you know what,
You was
bro?
already paying more.
I was already paying more, so I'm like,
this ain't nothing compared to what I was paying.
So we traded.
Exactly.
We traded in three
traded in
cars.
three, yeah.
For one.
Yeah.
So like I said,
So when
because y'all see me out there and what I'm in, hey, that could be that Corvette, that could be that Maybach, but hey, you know,
Yeah,
look like
for sure.
it, but hey,
But yeah,
that's not what it could be.
yeah, it definitely can be that. Because I mean, at one point,
Okay, we bet. So, shoot, I know a lot of times, like when we get established in business and stuff,
especially when you feel $15,000 a week.
yeah, we know how it looks from the outside looking in, but they don't know how much like goes into that and like maintaining and stuff, just so like you stable. So like I know you say your family taken care of, they put up and stuff. Like, do you a lot of times do like your family like lean on you? Like, do they ask you, "Oh, Court, send me $20. I need rent paid." Like, do you get a lot of that? And like, what's your response like when you hear stuff like that from them?
I mean, they don't gotta ask me. They don't gotta ask me because I mean, even before entrepreneur, any of this, I always been the one. You know, I grew up with my mom, so my mom, my brother, my sister, and my grandma. We tight. Like we basically came from the house together.
Yeah.
So when I know they need something, it's not nothing. We gonna get it taken care of because if I'm able and capable, why not?
Oh, let's stop
that's
it.
what I wanna say.
What you mean by camping in the house? What that mean to you?
I mean, in 2008, my mom lost her job, and which had to make us make a change and come back to Columbus and move with my grandma, and just going through that, being close, with my family, understanding what was missing, what was needed. When they need something, I'm gonna take care of it.
For sure. And
Because I can hear that too. Because shoot, I got two brothers, a little sister, my mom, my dad. So like it was a point in time we wasn't staying with our dad because my mom and him got into it. So we went and stayed at my auntie house. So she already got a kid, my cousin, and then I got my older cousin. So we about 8, like 9, 10 deep in the house just camping. Yeah. And then on the flip hand, they done came and lived with us before. Yeah. So it's about 9 of us in a 3-bedroom, 2 bath. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like people 2 to a room, sleeping on the couch and stuff. So like I can adhere to that. I can relate to that. Like, you know what I mean? So like I definitely know how that go for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And me, I mean, obviously with me, just grew up with mom, Dukes, 2 brothers. I was the youngest too. That's the crazy thing. I'm the youngest, and I'm pretty much like you said, I'm the one. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you grew up, same mom. We already know the story. Mom got a vid. We were getting a vid and stuff like that. Blah blah, all that shit. And that since then, you gotta grow up. Yeah. You gotta grow up.
It even make or break you, man. You know what's crazy about it is, your story don't matter unless you make, because plenty of people got the same story or something similar or something bad that happened to them. But it don't matter unless you become successful, overcome it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you telling your story and you still in that position or you still in a messed up place, it's like, well, what changed? Sure. Like what did nothing spark in you to want more? Like it was a point where I'll just look at the highest paid jobs. I'm in elementary school. I'm looking at the highest paid jobs. I'm like, that's what I want to do.
Bro, tell me, I used to do the same thing. I used to do the same thing. Yeah. I used to look up like what job make the most money. Right, cool, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. You feel me? And it's big that you said as long as you able and capable. Yeah. Right? Because I don't want people to get it confused, right? Bro, you got to be straight before you can really make your family straight for real.
Most definitely.
So a lot of people, they go out here and giving they last. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, you got your family that you need to take care of. You got to do what you got to do.
It got to make sense, though.
It has to make sense, because you can't put yourself at a deficit because some choices that somebody else made that maybe not been the best choices. But
Exactly.
for me to make sure that you straight, I gotta make sure that I'm straight first. And really, I can't keep babying you because you made the choices that you made.
Yeah.
So for me to make sure that y'all straight, I gotta make sure that I'm straight. So don't take that as I gotta always get my last and I gotta make sure my people straight. You always gotta make sure your people straight, but you gotta make sure that you straight first.
Yeah. You know, that just go back to managing your money.
Yep.
You know what your pocket's looking like, and that just go also to how you project yourself. Like, what type of person you love to be. Like, are you that person that is in the flashy everything? Or are you that person that got all your shit together on the back end taken care of? Know you can do whatever, whenever, whatever you want, and still dress however or be perceived however you want to be perceived, but for the right reasons and really actually being capable of doing it.
Are you a flashy guy?
Nah, not really, man. You see me, I'm in cargo pants, on clouds, and a bubble coat.
That what they call on cloud?
Yeah, they call on cloud. Yeah.
That's crazy. I just called her on.
But yeah, like what he was saying, like a lot of times what me and Mike be saying, we be like, bro, don't count money until like it's actually in your hand for real. Cause it's a lot of times we'll have 3 closings that's supposed to close the next month.
Close one of them hoes.
So I could go out there and splurge and just hope in hopes that those other closings are gonna close, and then we get a call from the attorney's office. Oh, title ain't come back clear. Like, hey, it's a lien on this property. We can't close on this.
And now you
so now
one bad turn.
Yeah, now I done spent that cash. I done made this move and stuff, and I don't even got the money to put up behind it.
And that's the one thing I like about wholesaling though. You have no choice but to know how to manage your money.
Yeah.
Especially if this is what you do for real. Like, not if you got a job in wholesaling. No, if this is what you do for real, you ain't got no choice but to, because you getting a lump sum of money, right? You might get a fat check. You might get 20,000, 15, whatever that is. You might get that, but at the same time, you're not guaranteed to close your next deal, or you're not even guaranteed that you have a deal under contract, right? So I mean, the way we do it, we know how to continue just making sure we got a pipeline continuously revolving.
Yeah.
But what one thing about it is we're literally forced to manage money because, bro, you're not guaranteed to have nothing.
Boy, that's the foundation right there. Managing your money, that's the foundation.
So as long as
you can't manage 1,000, you can't manage 10,000. It said if they distribute wealth evenly across America, it's gonna go back to the top 1%, 10%.
All the time. Exactly. That's why people.
The PPP showed it.
PPP showed it, and that's why.
What?
That's why everybody
People going to Cancun, Mexico. They going to Hawaii with their PPP.
And guess what?
Yeah.
I'm at home like, damn, am I doing something wrong?
Yeah. That what social media do.
Yeah, I was just stacking my money though. You know what I mean? I obviously had more money than them people still at that point. But they made it seem real good though. Don't get me wrong.
Man, like what I say is like the same with the PPP or like people that's like pro athletes and stuff. So for like this amount of time, you'll be getting paid money that's here. But let's say I'm in the NFL for 3 years, right? Okay, I'm getting paid millions of dollars. Okay, now I'm not in the NFL no more. I'm out on my own. So I'm not getting paid that $1 million. So I'm going down.
Because you lived up to that money that you was getting.
Yeah, I'm living on that money that I was getting in constantly, but now I'm not bringing that in no more. And that's the same people that like get paid from the lottery and stuff.
And that's mismanaging money.
Yeah, they're living on that standard, but when it stops, what it's gonna come down to is like, what businesses do you have in place? What investments have you placed like before yourself? Because that money's not coming in on, like day to day.
Yeah, that's what most rich people say. Wealthy people say, they're like, "How did you accumulate your wealth?" I made a lot of good investments.
That's it.
Great investment.
That's it. But most of the time, bro, once you start getting money, right? And this thing we talking about family, right? A lot of times you start getting money and you start a business. And anybody that started a business for real and they are actually in their business, you've heard this before. I think we talked about it briefly. You heard this before. They gonna go, soon as one inconvenience come up, it could be anything, they go, you don't care about family, you don't care about nothing, you just care about money and what you and your business or what you got going on. I know you heard that before.
Yeah.
How you feel about that comment? Because that just that happens to me. Like that's not true though, but that happens to me. How you feel about that?
I mean, initially I'll be offended and try to defend my position like early on.
Yeah.
But now when it's said, I mean, I know I'm taking care of what need to be taken care of and doing what I feel like need to be done. And, you know, everybody's straight. So, you know, they can say what they say, but they don't understand. They not in my position. So they not qualified to even have an opinion on me.
Yeah, for sure. And then most of the time, right, when you doing something that's right, you gonna be disliked.
Yeah.
Oh shit, hold on. If
Most
you're doing
definitely.
something that's right, you're gonna be disliked most of the time.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
And it's not like they think they look at like, you know, you look at like an evil person.
No.
But that when you are in a place, people feel like you should be able to do whatever for them, you know, but that's not the thing because you also, you know, not only looking at what's in your bank account, but you're also looking at the objectives that still need to be completed.
Mm-hmm. So exactly, that just go to it. Like if you doing it, like I said, as long as you're doing, you're gonna look evil. You're gonna look wrong sometime when you're doing right. When you're doing what's right, you're gonna look like it may not seem real to them. It may seem like you're just all about yourself, but ultimately you're not all about yourself.
Yeah.
The only thing is you've never seen anybody operate at a high level before.
Yeah.
Right. Most of the time, especially not like we're the first generation of those people that's actually going out and being a real entrepreneur that's trying to build something for real.
Yeah.
Right. So once you're in that, and when you're in that area, you got to realize that I'm operating at a high level that you've never seen before. So right now, you don't see why I'm doing it, but you will see why I'm doing it. I'm just going to show you all why I'm doing it. Right.
Yeah.
So that's ultimately what it come down to.
Exactly. So long as you got to understand with yourself, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, like, because if you'll get to a point where you're trying to convince people that you're doing the right thing, but when you're trying to convince people, you're not making money, or you're not growing, you're not adding value, you're not doing what you're supposed to do when you worried about, you know, that. So.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just like, bro, I can't be there for I'm not gonna be there for every event that goes on, right?
Yeah.
Every time there's an argument in the family or something like that, I'm not gonna be. Don't call me.
Exactly. Please don't call me with that bullshit.
Like, bro, that shit. Ultimately, not putting no money in my pocket. Now, if it's something going on for real, like it may be a funeral or something like that, or something, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. But at the same time, if it's somebody, they got an argument in this, don't call me because I'm like, bro. First of all, I don't do the gossiping. I don't do none of that shit.
Exactly.
Like that shit. It's not putting no money in my pocket, and you can say
not even money. It's just not adding no value to your life. Negativity don't deserve attention.
And this is what I'm gonna say though. I tell my girl this all the time, right? When I say money, I'm not necessarily just talking about cash or talking about the actual tangible money.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's not working on myself. It's not working on my personal development.
Yeah.
It's not helping my mindset get in a better place.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by money, because all that's money to me. So money is just not the tangible asset of money. It's about your personal development and how far you're going and how you're growing overall in life. If I'm doing good in money, bro, I just got some money today. I may not got tangible money, but I may have went to the gym and put some dues in. Feel like I got bigger, I got stronger. You know what I mean? It's different ways to look at it. I just say it as money. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of times, like you said, like if you're not in the business or if you're not doing it for yourself, you're not gonna understand it. Cause like if I got $5,000, $10,000 left over, like to me, I'm looking at that like as an investment. I could put that money up. I could put down on a house. I could put down on a property, commercial building, start a new business with that money. And then on the other hand, you may have some family or some friends and stuff. They behind on their rent, $5,000, a couple thousand. You know what I mean? So they like, you just got that left over. Why you can't help me? And I'm like, man, I could be pushing forward my life and helping advance me if I put that towards the right direction, but you want me to backtrack and help you out on past due rent. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they don't just see the vision because they not in the lifestyle, in the business.
Yeah.
They're not in lifestyle. And most of the time, bro, people, I got a problem with looking at, bro, most of the problems, we already know this. Most of the problems that we have in our life, we created them ourselves. I don't give a fuck what you say.
Yeah.
Most of the time, right? It's about, even if something tragic happened to you, unless it's something that's crazy, most of the time
like cancer or something.
Something like that. That's different, right? But most of the time, say if you ain't got no money, it's like, all right, cool. Did you decide to go to the club that night and spend that money that you had that you gonna need next month. It's so many different things, bro. That
It's choices.
It's choices, bro. It all come down to choices. I'm not gonna beat the drum no more because I literally talk about this all the time. It's all about your choices. So now you trying to make me suffer because of the choices that you made. I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
Right? Now, of course, I can help you. Now, you my mom Dukes or something like that. It's like, all right, bro, I got it. I got to do what I got to do. You sacrifice for me.
Yeah.
You said I seen you sacrifice for me, right?
Yeah,
working 3 jobs, not being at home. It's cool, but now, but most time it ain't my mom. It's other people, right? Yeah. So it's just like, bro, I can't put myself in a bad position.
I mean, man, like I got a lot of friends from high school that I don't even talk to for real, and it's before I even, got deep into business and got, to what point I am now.
Right.
But man, just that when you start going through a mindset shift, everybody not gonna be on that same time. So when certain friends come around and when they not around, you're being productive, but when they are around, you just passing time. It is not gonna be able to work after a certain point, because it's a every time you see me, I'm on something else. Yeah. Every time I see you, it's on the same thing. And I mean, people say that you can't have family different. Like my family, is different. Like I'm gonna be around my family regardless. But
yeah,
with friends, you choose your friends, right? And you choose them right. They either gonna help you or hurt you. So hey man, I got like one friend from young, and the rest of them has been new people that came into my life. And they've added more value than, individuals I knew my entire life. So
yeah, for sure. And a lot of speaking of friendships, man, and having friends, bro, like, and family overall, one thing that a lot of family and friends can't take is disagreement.
Yeah.
It's like it seems like you can't disagree with people, right? And if you can't disagree with somebody that's in your circle, you don't need to be around them. They don't need to be in your circle. Because at the end of the day, disagreement is how we ultimately grow.
Yeah.
Right?
Conflict.
If we have conflict, guess what? When I'm in a disagreement, that doesn't mean that I'm necessarily arguing with you. We're at a disagreement. Now, maybe let's talk it out. And maybe eventually I'll see it from your standpoint, or you will see it from my standpoint, or maybe we'll just agree, hey, we just disagree on this.
Yeah.
But most of the time when we disagree with people, when you disagree, it end up tarnishing the relationship or ending or ruining the relationship. But it shouldn't be that way.
I think the best relationship, like the most free and unshackled relationship, is when you're dealing with a person that don't need you and you don't need them. Because nothing holds you back from what you got to say, how you feel, your true opinion. But if somebody leaning on you, of course they're gonna favor whatever you say.
Right.
And if somebody's opposed to you, of course they're gonna disagree with everything you say. So that's important.
For sure. You think I think in any relationship, because I realize me and my girl like that, like we be like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care if you think that's right. I think it's wrong, right? You feel me? And it's just like, all right, nigga, I don't need you. But we don't do that.
But we move past it.
But we move past it. You get what I'm saying?
We come to understand, like, all right, look, let's chill.
Let's chill.
We know that's not the issue. Let's do it.
Exactly. And you can always work through stuff like that, right? But people don't understand that. People think, bro, if you disagree with me, you're my enemy. That's not the fucking case.
Exactly.
I'm going to disagree with you because at the end of the day, everything you're going to say is not right. And everything I say is not right. And if you always a yes man around me, I don't need you around me, period.
Exactly.
Period. And that's what it come down to. BJ, how you feel about that? How you feel about disagreements? Me and BJ disagrees at times. And that's just, hey, it is what it is. We still good though. We still here.
Like, I feel the same way. Like what he was saying, like if you around me, you just agreeing with everything I say. You just say yes, man. Like, you not looking out for my best interest. So like at the end of the day, I got to do some self-reflection and look at like who I want around me. Like, do I want somebody that's just agreeance and 100% behind what I say, or do I want somebody that's gonna be like, nah, if I was to do it, I would do it this way, and help push forward the idea or the conversation,
right?
You know what I mean? So like he said, like I tend to avoid some of those people. Like it's probably not even a handful of people that I could say that like I grew up with that I still talk to on a day-to-day basis. Like it might be some people that I'm out with and I'm cordial with. Like we done been cool in the past before, but like on a day-to-day basis, people that like I actually value their opinion, it's not too many of them. Like it's only a handful.
It's only a handful.
Definitely. As you grow, man, you definitely gonna need different perspectives.
For sure.
And that's something I'm learning. Like my perspective is not the only way. I'm not perfect. I tell my staff, my employees that all the time because they get frustrated with me when I do certain things or when I make certain decisions. But I'm like, listen, I always give you guys a choice, and it's okay to say no to me, or it's okay to, feel how you feel, but let's come at it in a professional manner and let's get it resolved and to try to improve for the better. Because sometimes you just need that.
Yep, for sure. And that's a big thing in business, period. Like, I need people to know, like, we're just talking about personal life, but that's a big thing in business, period. Especially when you're dealing with customers and stuff. They're always going through different things, right? They're looking for different paradigms, right? So just because you see it that way, they see it a completely different way. And BJ, I tell you, I do that all the time. I be like, shit, bro, they may be mad. I get they cussing you out, but you never know what they're going through. You never know what they're going through on the other end. And you feel like, bro, they wrong for doing that. But hey, bro, you don't understand. They may be going through something else that has their paradigm on a whole different level in a whole different state right now, right? So that's huge, and that's something that we all need to take with us, man. Disagreements is going to come. You got to be able to disagree. You got to be able to understand that disagreement doesn't mean that it's torment or it's over, right? It just means we need to try to come to a common ground, or we need to agree to disagree.
Yeah. That's
just all it is to it, guys. It's nothing big. It's nothing crazy about it. But it feel like we've been here for a long time, man. We probably need to go ahead and start shutting this thing down, man. My boy got to get back on, man. So we gonna go ahead and start. We gonna go and start closing it out, man. Hey, we really do appreciate y'all tuning in with us again on another episode. Like, this is gonna change people's lives, and we want to continue trying to do that, right? So make sure that y'all go follow us on Instagram at _on-the-porch. You can follow me on Instagram at, I just changed my Instagram, _Mr. Mindset, right? _Mr.mindset. Follow me. BJ.
Y'all can go follow me at _BJ Real. It hasn't changed. I changed it a while ago, but it's still the same. Been here for a couple months. Y'all go follow me at _BJ Real. Go follow _on the porch. Y'all can follow that on Instagram, YouTube.
Yep.
Like, comment, subscribe.
All that.
You know what I mean? Where can they find you at?
And where can they find you? But before where they can find you at, give them something they can go into the week. Give them something that's gonna motivate them into going into the week, or just anything that you want to get them. Anything.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just like Nike said.
Just do it, man. Just do it. Yeah, we see a lot of ideas and a lot of different concepts, and a lot of different things that we could possibly be good at, but what holds us back is that fear. But just do it. Worst thing that happens is you can fail, right? But failure is just a lesson. And if it's not a failure, it's a win. It's a dub.
Yeah,
Just do it.
So where can they find you at?
You can find me on Facebook at Courtland Dixon. You can find me on Instagram at @1Courtland. Right now, I'm not posting much business, just my life. Just because I'm just trying to get really to that space where I'm separating my business from myself. So follow me though. You might see whatever on that thing. I know I'm always posting different advice things when I get this little streak in me. So follow me. Tune in.
Yep, tune in with them.
Just do it.
Just do it like he said, man. But look, y'all come back next week. We gonna have some more game for y'all. I hope y'all really enjoyed this episode. My guy full of knowledge, and I don't know if y'all got more questions. If he free, DM him. I can't say he gonna DM you back.
Yeah.
But just
I might.
just hit him up. But if y'all got questions for me, y'all got questions for BJ about business or anything like that, just hit us up, man. So we appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, go to the other platforms and leave us 5 stars on Spotify, Apple Music, and whatever else you want. Hey, appreciate it. We out. Peace.
JT on the track again.
Hey, run that shit up, Chase.